What does this mean overall? And is anyone going to stand up to that economic data? We do have a lot of economic data, okay, including a big CPI inflation reading tomorrow. And then outside of that, we have jobless claims and retail sales. But here's the thing. CPI inflation for January is expected to go down. But this is what happened in Switzerland, okay? And yes, it looks very similar to our... What? There's the market bell. So it looks very similar as the U.S. inflation kind of trajectory. Not nearly as high because we're in the 6 percentile. We went as high as like 9%, right? But we have been coming down, right? Especially the last few months. So you could see in Switzerland, also same thing after they hit a peak of 3.5, 3.3, 2.8. Seemed like everything was doing good, right? Everything was going according to plan until boom, in January, their inflation shot up to their previous mark from September, right? So this is the fear that the U.S. is going to see something similar, that tomorrow everyone's expecting CPI to come down, and all of a sudden, boom, we get inflation going back up. That would be the worst case scenario. We don't want to see that happen. If we see that happen, that's going to make Powell become very hawkish. In his next FOMC meeting, he's going to restart the counter again, basically, saying, yeah, we had like 5 straight good months. Then we had 1 month that pushed us up, which means that our work is not done and we need to cut rates. I mean, we need to increase rates more. There's going to be no more, no more talk about cutting this year and possibly not even stopping this year. I don't know. It could get really nasty if we get an inflation reading showing that the U.S. inflation went up instead of down, okay? But speculation at this point, maybe it does continue to go down, and then we don't have to worry about it, right? So tomorrow, I guess we'll see. We'll see if we get a good reading or a bad reading. Hopefully it's not bad, because that would be extremely bad for markets. But in the meantime, DXY continues to go up, and whenever the DXY goes up, it's never a good thing for equities, for Bitcoin, for crypto, right? So tomorrow will be a huge inflation reading. Bitcoin is still doing its thing, still being bullish, still in a trend, hasn't broken out. So before people start freaking out, I mean, here's a good example. 2019, 2023. We're comparing all these, mostly comparing to 2019 because we were very similar. Back then, 2018, 2019, right? We were down already, but 2019 we had a massive dip going from 6,000 to 3,000. We stood there for months upon months, and people were giving up, thinking that, hey, we're going to go lower. We didn't. We recovered up, and then we recovered some more, right? But we did have a little breather before going higher. In 2023, same thing. We all thought that, hey, maybe we found that bottom around 17,000, 18,000, right? Boom, we had another drop because of FTX down to 15. We hovered there for quite some time. Now we have broken above, right? And now we're hovering a little bit. And people are wondering, oh, does this mean that it's a giant bull trap and we're going to go lower? No, well, I mean, we have seen this before. There's always going to be people that are doubting. But if we use history, right, then we know there's no doubt we are recovery, right? It's just a matter of when, not if, we continue to head higher. But if we're following history, of following previous cycles, we're following all the times we have fallen to a bottom and started recovering, it's very similar. There's so many of these. So here's one. Here's another one. This is the 3-day EMA Ribbon, which just basically measures all these moving averages and puts it in a ribbon pattern, right? And whenever we go from red to green, well, that traditionally is very bullish indeed. You could see back in here, it's hard to see, but on the left side, when Bitcoin fell down from 64 down to 28,000, And then you could see the ribbons turn red. And then when it turned green, well, that's when we went from 28,000 to 69,000, right? And we have been in red for quite some time. And Bitcoin has been unable to break above, first of all, the ribbons. And second of all, we have not seen ribbons turn green since the beginning of 2022. And guess what? We did both. Bitcoin not only broke above the ribbons, but also now the ribbons have turned green, which is very bullish. So we have that too. Then we also have this, which I used in the thumbnail. This also compares to 2019. I'm trying to get rid of the camera here. Okay. This is a rainbow RSI, but basically it's showing a reversal, showing oversold levels. And you could see not just 2019, but 2015 and 2012, right? Whenever you find that bottom and then you start flipping upwards, generally speaking, on a grander scale like this is actually on a 3-week time frame, good things happen. Good things happen. And look at the bottom right-hand corner. We have just flipped into green. So, bullish trend is still here, right? We haven't broken out of it. And this is why we need to stay strong and stay focused on the future, right? And here's something else. If you still don't believe all that mumbo jumbo stuff, believe this. This is measuring the liquid supply, meaning the supply of Bitcoin that has been removed from exchanges, have been untouched, and just sitting in a cold storage wallet, a mobile wallet, some kind of wallet that's off the exchanges and haven't been moved for a long time. Okay, and some of this could be lost Bitcoins too. We are now at 78%. 78%. A level unseen since 2014. Almost going back to the very beginnings of Bitcoin. Right? Since 2014, yes, we had the liquid supply kind of, just start going down. Because you have so many people coming into the space. Every bull run that we have brings new retail investors, and those people, of course, are trading a whole lot of Bitcoin. So a lot of the liquid supply starts going down because of that. But now we have climbed all the way back to pre-2014 level. And if more and more people continue to hodl and take Bitcoin out of exchanges, well, that supply will keep going up. And imagine we get to the 80s and 90s. Imagine we get to the point where like over 90% is illiquid and everyone is just fighting over that last 10%. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But this shows we're getting there. We're starting that trek already. And this is why Bitcoin ultimately will go much higher than where it is now, because it's just simple supply versus demand. Supply keeps dropping, demand keeps going up. It's really that simple. That simple indeed. I see this supply last active, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. Pretty much all the colors have been going up and up and up, right? More so recently, and that's good because more and more people want to hold Bitcoin because of everything I just said, right? So this is really good. Just showing you how our current recovery is so similar to all previous recoveries. Nothing recovers linearly forever. There will be some setbacks. There will be more volatility, but we are definitely on our way to recovering. So there you go.